Hi guys, it's Chris with City Girl Homestead. So tonight's going to be a true pantry meal. Everything is from my pantry except for the chips and the rice, which everybody knows I pre-cook that, and I make my rice from the freezer. So I'm trying to figure out different ways in which to use my canned goods and not just what they're designated for. So let's get busy and show you what I'm going to do tonight. So you remember I canned those spicy beans, the spicy black beans. So I was trying to think, what could I do with them except for serve them like that? And I thought about it, and I'm going to leave the juices and everything right in there because that's where all the spice is at. We're going to get all that yummy spice out of there. And if I remember, I'll try to leave the recipe in the box below. So what I decided is I'm going to make these into kind of like a refried bean. I just sprayed my cheek with some of it. All right. So let's put this over here now so it goes over the sink. And I think I could probably, yeah, let me get rid of some of this juice. It's not a whole lot thicker, but it'll work. So if you guys do that, you can drain some of the juice off. I just didn't want to drain off all of the taste, the flavor. So I also have burrito in a jar. So I'm going to put that in this pan to warm up. And I'll try to find the recipe for this as well. Any of this stuff you can make. You don't have to can. Like this is, I can tell you, pinto beans, rice, hamburger, tomatoes, spices. So you could legitimately make it at home without having to can. I think it has peppers in it too. Green peppers. Alrighty. There we go with that. I'm going to get that all broke up. And I know it's not the prettiest, but believe me, you guys, it tastes so amazingly good. This is one thing that's on the kids' Christmas list every year. It's the burrito in the jar because they all like it. Alright, so I'm going to turn that on low. Start letting that warm up. Maybe on medium. I don't think I need it on low. Then in this one, actually, I think I'm going to use a fry pan for that. Yeah. I'm going to use that rice that I make up. And I'm going to pour that in the pan. Because Tom said he's been craving Mexican rice. Well, I don't make Mexican rice. But you can take a can of Rotel, which this is my own home can. But you can, of course, you can buy from the store. And we're going to add that Rotel to it. Look at, I still use it. My kitchen, my rules. And get the rest of that added to it. And you know, you can use the hot Rotel, you can use the mild, regular, whatever you want to do. Add more to it if you want. Anything that you want to do. And ta-da, Mexican rice. I'll put that back there. And we're going to turn that on low to get it warmed up. Now, I'm going to let these things warm up a little bit, and then I'll come back and I'm going to show you what I'm going to do that's different than just putting that burrito in a burrito shell. It's going to be good. At least I hope it is. Because, you know, I mean, we use so much of our stuff for what it's meant to be used for. Why not once in a while add a little bit of flavor to it and let's do something different? I think it's a good idea. So, I will be back when all this stuff warms up, and then we're going to put together dinner. Alright, so no burritos tonight, even though I did buy burrito shells. We'll use them on something else. We're going to make burrito in a jar nachos. So I'm going to put that on my plate, or on my pan here. And they're not going to be just any typical nacho either. Well, obviously we're using burrito in a jar, so that's not typical anyway. Tom's trying to call in right now, so that means he's on his way home. Good timing. You know, the one thing about not just canned goods, but when you cook from your pantry, you can throw a meal together so quickly. And that's really, really nice, you know. I mean, you're not spending all day out in the kitchen cooking. And I like that. Because, not that I don't have time to cook, because I do, but you know, I have kids that work a lot of hours, and, you know, if they can make quick meals too, I think about all the working moms and dads out there and grandpas and grandmas and how hard it is sometimes to put together a good meal, a good filling meal, you know what I mean, in a very short time. Because, you know, like, I know that Courtney and those guys, they'll have mac and cheese quite often. Because, you know why? Not because it's so yummy, which the kids love it, but because it's quick. And then they can add stuff to it. Because, you know, I mean, you don't always have time for everything. Alright, so then, you can buy this at the store too. I'm using my home canned queso. And I'm going to put that over top of the nachos too. Gonna just drop it everywhere and then I'll spread it out. And for you canners, if you've never done your own homemade queso, you guys, it's amazing. It really is good, and it saves so much money. Because that queso now is up to like $5 a jar. And when I do this queso though, I do not use my own home canned Rotel. I use the one that you buy at the store. Because we don't know what our acidity levels are for our home canned tomato products, so I won't recan that. Do you know what I mean? I'm just not going to do that. So look at that. Ha 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 ha. Doesn't that look amazing? Alright, so I'm just putting this into a 200-degree oven because it doesn't need to cook. I've already warmed everything up. But that way everything kind of stays warm, you know. So now I need to, and you don't need to top it with anything. There's tomatoes and stuff in it. It doesn't need to be topped with anything. But I thought, why not? My eyeball just looked really big, didn't it? I know. So, I have We'll see how much I get out of one tomato and decide if I want to use the second one or not. You know what? I forgot to turn that back on too, didn't I? I'll just turn on very low. And I had someone ask where I got my knives from. They are Rada, and I have a link below on where to get the Rada knives. And then I do get paid a small commission on those. So if you buy them, I think I make 10% or something like that. Every dime helps. And like the only other one that I get commission off of is if you buy a Harvest Right, which they do have Black Friday sales right now. And I have the link for that below as well. And I do make a commission off of 4 jars, 10%. The other stuff I do, like, I just get free product. I think that'll be enough. I think 1 tomato will be enough. Alrighty. So now, let me stir this up a little bit. You guys got me so addicted to that jasmine rice. And I have so much rice. You guys, it's crazy. And it's white rice. I need to be able to use that too. But the jasmine rice is really good. So now the black beans. The spicy black beans. I'm just going to cover in cheese. And that will just go in the microwave till the cheese melts and the beans warm up. So as soon as he says he's close to being around the corner, we'll come back and we're going to finish up this meal. And hopefully everything turns out great. Alright, so Tom is just right around the corner. So I'm going to put some shredded lettuce on top. Not tons, we don't need a salad on there. And then I'm going to take those tomatoes. And the reason I didn't put a whole lot of tomatoes in there because the queso has tomatoes in it. And there's tomatoes in the burrito in a jar too. So how's that look? I got cheese melted on the black beans. And the rice is already on the table. So we'll meet you at the table and we'll be doing some taste testing. Hi Tom, how are you?
Good.
Alrighty. So there we have the burrito in the jar nachos, spicy beans, and we have your Spanish rice.
Mm-hmm.
So give everything a taste. Other than sour cream.
Oh, almost put my fork right now.
The beans, that wouldn't have been good, would it?
No, probably not.
More sour cream. Those are supposed to be the extra ones to scoop stuff up with.
Here's one with some goodies on it. Mm-mm.
How's that taste?
Delicious. Mm.
Alright, try your black beans. You can't eat the whole thing without trying everything else. Those are the spicy ones.
I can try.
What do you think?
And we're good.
And the rice.
Mm. Hello, Spanish rice.
Yeah? So how'd everything turn out?
Delicious as usual.
Awesome. What do you think, Jack?
Everything's real good.
Alrighty. So you guys have a blessed night. Be a blessing. Stack it to the rafters and use it up and make all kinds of ideas come up so that you can use it up. You guys have a blessed night. Be a blessing. Goodbye, Tom.
Goodbye, Tom.
Bye, Jack.
Bye.
You guys have a wonderful night.